Eastern Kentucky, where I was raised, where the wildlife and mountains call my name. I was born to hunt, I was born to guide, a camouflage on a rifle by my side. Just good old country boys chasing dreams in the Appalachian Mountains, fields and streams. From those white-tailed bucks strutting toms, the bugling elks are on the run. Where those dreams are made, the trophies is our game. The TLC Outfitters is our name. The coyotes run all night. It's music to my ears and in my sights. I've got this hunting fever down in my bones. Glad my daddy taught me everything I know. From those white-tailed bucks strutting toms, the bugling elks are on the run. Where dreams are made, the trophies is our game. The TLC Outfitters is our name. From those white-tailed bucks strutting toms, the bugling elks are on the run. Where dreams are made, the trophies is our game. The TLC Outfitters is our name. The TLC Outfitters is our name.
Hey everybody, happy Tuesday and welcome to TLC Outfitters and On Air and Outdoors. Hope everybody's had a great start to their week. And man, I'll tell you what, man, we've been seeing a lot of turkey hunters having success out there.
A lot of pictures rolling around, a lot of TLC associates already killed out, tagged out for the year, and a lot going on out there, that's for sure. A lot of nice weather, and if that wind will stay down, buddy, and you can hear them gobble good, I think it'll continue to be good.
I think you're right, man. We appreciate everybody sending the photos and checking in on us and everything. We appreciate all the support. It's been a good week for us here at TLC Outfitters. We're going to be going over a few of those photos, a few of those harvests here. And, man, I'm excited about tonight. We have a very special guest with us tonight. We got Patrick Hayden from the Kentucky Gun Company, and we're going to be talking about one of our favorite subjects, of course, Kentucky elk, and the Kentucky Elk and Outdoor Fest that's going to be held right there in Bardstown, May the 11th, man. It's a good time.
Yeah, it was a good time last year. You know, a lot of food, a lot of drinks, a lot of guns being given away, a lot of different vendors set up. You can walk around and get information about a lot of different things, talk to a lot of different outfitters, really get a feel for what you can come to expect, you know, for the elk season. So hopefully everybody can join us this year, and we'll be there set up, I'm sure.
Yep.
I know we will. And we'll be there set up. Come by and see us, and just get down there and see what works out for you and see what all the information you can gather.
Absolutely, man. Just a great atmosphere, just a great day, you know, celebrating the nation's, as far as a big game species is concerned, the nation's #1 big game restoration success, man, the elk back to Kentucky. We are excited, and we're going to be talking all about that. If you don't made it to Kentucky Gun Company, you're missing out. You need to get down there, check that place out, man. Just a super store full. I mean, if you're an outdoorsman or outdoors lady and you've not been to Kentucky Gun Company, if you can't find it at Kentucky Gun Company, they'll find it for you. And if they can't find it for you, it probably can't be found.
Yeah. And don't forget, two locations, Bardstown, Louisville. Stop in there, and if you're looking for something, stop in there. They're very helpful. I just had a really great experience a couple weeks ago purchasing a suppressor. So go in there. Those guys can help. Guys and gals can help you out, give you the information you need, walk you through all the steps of the process, and make it real easy for you. So check them out.
Yeah, y'all stay tuned. We've got Patrick Hayden with us. He's took time out of his very, very busy schedule. We're going to be talking about the Kentucky Elk and Outdoor Fest. We got some folks with us tonight. Of course, our biggest fan, my mama, says good evening, everyone. Our very own Nathan Harris says good evening, men. And the Bicknell Bunch says good evening, gentlemen. Good evening to you all. So going to be talking about y'all here at the end of the show, man. We excited and really thankful for y'all coming our way. So we hopefully be letting everybody in on y'all's page and everything. Hope everybody go give you a follow. Man, I tell you what, we've had a lot of turkeys. Going to be talking about some of these harvests. I want to run through them. I want to get to Patrick real as fast as we can. But, you know, man, my number one goal, and I know you're this way too, you know, we got people in our lives that we rather see harvest than us. And my mom, of course, you know, is my number one. She comes first. She, you know, she's been there for me and whatever. And now, you know, I try to return that a little bit. I can't even fill a thimble full, you know, compared to what she's done for me. But if she can harvest a turkey, that to me has made my season. The rest of it's easy sailing, man. And I went out Saturday morning, and just an awesome morning. Heard a lot of birds, and she's got her spot. She likes to hunt turkey, deer, whatever. She goes to that spot, and it came through for her in true her fashion, and she was able to punch her first Kentucky turkey tag for the 2024 season. I mean, quick out of the gate.
Yep, I think you all text us about 7:13 or something like that. So it all happened before that. And this isn't the only success y'all had. I don't know how many pictures you put up, but this isn't the only success you all had that morning.
Nope. And I don't have those. I ran out of space. But man, you know, there's something about being a hunter-gatherer. And we was able to be both on this morning. And we were able to harvest some ginormous morel mushrooms, and be able to do that with her is just something so special. Be able to, you know, be there, part of this turkey and whatever. This makes my season right here. This is what it's all about. So congratulations to my number one hunter and our biggest fan, Mama Shirley, right there getting it done. Very nice bird. And then also we had some of in our group. Right out of the tank, Nathan Harless with his first bird, opening day. Very nice turkey right there. And then his grandfather getting it done, Doug Harless. Show him how it's done. Another big Appalachian bird. Very own Nathan Gerald getting one. And Nathan was one of the ones talking to us last week about chokes and choke patterns and shot selection and everything. And he made a big change, man. And he's seen a world of difference with choke and with changing his choke and his shot pattern and everything. And you can see right there just big dividends when it comes to doing your homework. So bear with me just a moment. Now, our very own Cameron Hamilton, and I don't have all the pictures yet, but Cameron has harvested three birds in 3 states in 3 days, I believe. That's how he said it. So I'll have them other 2 pictures up, but congratulations to our very own Cameron Hamilton from Tri-State Hunters. 3 birds, 3 states, 3 days. That's pretty impressive. And then heading on, we had 3 birds. Let's see. I got my first one yesterday. Real nice Tom. Just read the script. Hard day yesterday here. Just not a lot of gobbling. Not a lot. You know, that was kind of, you kind of get the consensus across everybody you talk to. Not a lot of gobbling, not a lot of working yesterday, but I think this old Tom gobbled 4 times. So was able to kind of seal the deal. I kind of knew where he was hanging at, or where he had been hanging at, and put on a pretty good show. So very blessed to be able to get that, Tom. And then right out of the gate this morning, Nathan Hollis tagged out. Big mountain bird right here, 25 pounds. If you check out the post that I made today, this bird's over 25 pounds, and pretty impressive old mountain bird right there. Healthy birds coming in, man. All the birds all these toms that's coming in that we've been part of, even from youth season and now these first few days, just heavyweight, healthy birds, and a lot of birds, a lot of gobbling, a lot of, just real different this year compared to the last 2 years, at least in our neck of the woods. And then our buddy Eric Atkins, he's preacher man, our upland expert, getting it done. Let me tell you about this bird. This is another bird. I seen the weight on this one too. We weighed it today, right there at that 25-pound mark. And not only that, but this joker had a set of hooks on him. I don't know what it ended up being, but it was over. It was 1.5 inches or over. Huge spurred bird, just big old Tom, big full paintbrush beard, and nice, 2 nice turkeys right there. And then I was able to finish my season today. Real hard hunt this morning. Got on these birds at about 7 o'clock and sealed the deal at about 10:30. And not only sealed the deal, but sealed the deal with my dad's 12-gauge muzzleloader right there. And a pretty nice hunt. The funny thing about this is, and I've been telling this story all day, I had finished and I was done, and I was on the phone with you.
You was breathing pretty hard.
Yeah, I was done. All that hiking, all that. I mean, just working these birds. I mean, just done. I said, hang on just a second. Put you on mute. Hit a call. One gobbled. He wasn't 100 yards. I said, I'll call you back. And, got set up on him, made just a couple little call sets, and he come in on a string and was able to seal the deal with old Tree Hawk right there. So, very thankful, man. Very thankful. Had a pretty heartfelt day, and a lot of emotion went into this bird, and you can read my post there, but just very thankful for a lot of things today, and was able to tag out. And Nathan killed his bird early, so we didn't get to get all 3 of them, but there's Eric's and there's mine, and then of course Nathan and I tagged out today, and Eric got his first bird. Just 3-bird morning for us, and pretty good morning, man. Pretty exciting. So I got to remove some of these pictures here so I can get some more in here.
You, when you called me back, you was breathing harder after you killed the bird than you was before. And my question was, why are you breathing so hard now? I mean, once you kill it, you can rest, Trendy. You know, you have to run back to the truck after you got the bird. This is true. You can take your time getting back to the truck then.
Well, I don't think it was so much that as it was the excitement. So it still makes my old heart pitter patter, man. I guess if I ever get to where it doesn't, I guess I'll probably quit. But this is my favorite time of year. I love it. It's just a magic time. There, to me, there's no better time to be out. Everybody likes fall, but for me, I like spring. The humidity's down, weather's great, the sights, the sounds, the smells of spring is like no other season.
Well, you know what I didn't like about today was being in my truck and that truck saying it was 88 degrees outside.
Yeah, it got pretty hot. It got pretty hot today.
Yeah, I was not impressed.
Yeah. So, but we had a good day, have had a good week, and we really want everybody to send us those photos when they can. I got one more to load in right here. We're going to be talking about this. Excited, man. Kentucky Elk and Outdoor Festival. And let's bring on the man right now. We got a couple congratulations. John Pruitt, our good buddy, says congratulations. Tiffany says congratulations, everyone. Justin Tinsley gives us a thumb up from Tinsley Custom Wildlife. So take this off right here. Here's the man, Patrick Hayden. Thanks so much, man, for joining us.
Thank you for having me on.
Yeah, we appreciate you taking time. I know you stay busy, man. You've been gone, been doing all kinds of your own adventures and everything. And I got some pictures here before we get into the grand scheme of things. And tell us a little bit about your trip here. I'm gonna pull these up. You can tell us about them as we go through them, and we'll talk about these.
Yeah, I just got back from Argentina last Saturday. Been gone for about a week, but was fortunate enough to get down there to travel with some industry friends, and went down there for a red stag and black buck hunt. That's a black buck, what you see there on the screen, but did red stag, black buck, and water buffalo. So pretty good overall hunt. Target rich environment. The stags were roaring. It was pretty exciting. I've never seen that many animals that size of animals just talk constantly. Those things it's almost like a oversized turkey that just won't stop gobbling.
Now, Patrick, I've got a story about a black buck myself, real quick. Back in 2004, I believe it was, Trinity and I, along with some other folks, we went down and bow hunted Southwest Texas. And Trinity was sitting in a stand one day, and we got back to the lodge that night, and he was almost breathing as hard as he was today when he killed that turkey. And you could just see the excitement on his face. And he said, man, you're not going to believe it. And I'm like, well, what'd you get? And he said, I was within 10 yards of a black buck. And I said, man, that's awesome. He said, it was a big one. I mean, big one. And I said, well, what did you shoot? No, I didn't shoot. I said, why didn't you shoot? He said it was going 80 miles an hour.
Man, they're skittish, and they're fast. I mean, we didn't get under 200 yards of these things, but we were stalking them out in these big grassland flats that were 3 or 4 square miles of grasslands, and you had to use the natural rows of the hill to kind of stalk up on them and just take your time. And 200 yards was about as close as I could get to those things.
That's the way they were down there too. I mean, just because they were quote unquote, they're not native to Texas, I don't guess, but they've been brought in for years now. And the same thing when these things would spot you from what seemed like a quarter mile away, it was 0 to 80 miles an hour right out the gate. So that's what Trinity was so excited about. He was within 10 yards of one, but it was going 80 miles an hour, and it's hard for that bow and arrow to get released on time if they're moving that fast.
Hard for anything to get released on time for that fast.
That's right. That's a nice black buck right there.
Thank you.
Nice. Yeah. And this red stag, and all this is free range, correct?
Free range, yes, free range where we're hunting.
That is awesome. And tell us about this big beast right here.
Yeah, so they put some water buffalo down there, I believe 120 some years ago in Argentina. They kind of flourished, and kind of a typical buffalo hunt. I mean, you're spotting and stalking them in and out of the shrub brush and the grass there. It's kind of like South Texas, kind of the brush country, and it's a big herd animal. So usually they're with a herd trying to sort out a decent bull, in a herd of 10 or 20 or 30 buffalo, with the dust going everywhere and them traveling on. Again, about as close as you can get to those things mostly is 50 yards or so, but they're pretty skittish too. And then if you are successful, we just like in our hunt, we had to be kind of careful of the herd that was there with them. It did not want to leave the side of the dead animal there, the wounded or the deceased animal there. And it took a little while before we felt safe that we didn't have to climb a tree. We had to go find our trees there just in case it looked like they were coming back. But luckily they moseyed on. But they've been known to I don't know if they're as aggressive as Cape Buffalo can be, but they had me fooled that day.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm.
So, Patrick, what did you hunt with as far as the caliber down there?
The Buffalo was 338, and everything else was pretty much 300 Win Mag. From what we've been led to believe currently in Argentina right now, it's a little bit of a hassle to get your own firearms in. So we were hunting with rifles that the ranch provided us. Yeah. They were Seikos, I believe.
Awesome. Way to go, man. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
So let's talk about the Outdoor Fest, man. But before we do, kind of give us a little rundown. I mean, I think probably the majority of folks have heard or know something about Kentucky Gun Company. But how, just kind of building the foundation, tell us a little bit about yourself and how did Kentucky Gun Company come about?
Yeah, about 22 years ago, myself and my father bought a kind of a rundown or a deceased general store in town. It was called the Keaton's Depot. It was kind of the Walmart or the Kroger for our town before, obviously, the Walmarts and Krogers and Sam's Club and Costco's of the world. We bought it just more of a real estate investment. Didn't have any intention of running a general store, which is what it was at the time. Lo and behold, we started running a general store after we bought it, and kept on bringing in the firearms, and that kept on growing and growing, and that pretty much became our primary business. And it still is, today. Obviously, we don't do any general store stuff or food store stuff. It's primarily all sporting goods, hunting, firearms, and ammunition.
That's awesome, man.
But you can get a dyed L8 and a Reese cup and a bag of chips at the counter. You can.
Yeah, you gotta have some snacks there.
Yeah, that's pretty important. I mean, if you didn't have that stuff, I don't know that I'd show up, Patrick.
Gotcha.
I'm big fan of Reese cups.
Yeah,
I'll make sure I don't run out.
And he's the L8 king. There's nobody consumes more L8 than this man right here. I can tell you that.
That's a good Kentucky-based soft drink, and I like, we try to support local when we can, and that's easy to do with that brand right there, L8. And they make some good salsa. Have you ever tried their salsa?
I have, yeah.
Pretty decent.
Yeah. I grew up in Winchester, so I know L8 and beer cheese real well. And if Winchester could call Grippos their own, it would be a place where God would take vacation. I'll just tell you that.
Oh, goodness, man. And then that leads us to our tonight's topic, man, and that's this right here, the Kentucky Elk and Outdoor Fest, Kentucky's official elk draw, May the 11th, right there at the Kentucky Gun Company. Over 200 gun giveaway, elk and moose hunt giveaway, Honda side-by-side, ATV giveaway, live music, food, drink trucks, vendor village, archery range. Just a great day, man, to celebrate, so many things, but really and truly, to kind of bring full circle this story that is Kentucky, the Kentucky elk restoration, and now these 500 folks that's going to be able to get a 2024 Kentucky elk tag can come to Bardstown, can come to Kentucky Gun Company and enjoy a day that is just, made for the outdoorsmen and outdoors ladies. It's a great time.
Yeah, we're pumped. We had asked the Fish and Wildlife Department for about 5 years before this came about that, just if you guys had it in your heart to let us host this thing, I think if you let us host it, I think we could put on a pretty big show. I think we could give more exposure, give more views to the elk program and the Kentucky Fish and Wildlife Department as a whole. And luckily, the stars aligned last year. They let us do that. They were great partners, great leaders, because they were the ones that made this all possible. And all we are is simply a venue to unveil the names and read the names off. But they're really the stars of the show. And I think we delivered. I think last year we had a pretty decent turnout. We had about 5,000 people show up. We had I think about 40 to 50 some vendors. Internally, our goal was to make this event a kind of a 501c3 organization, and a way to give back to the state of Kentucky, more specifically, a way to give back to Kentucky's youth programs that kind of concentrate on outdoor conservation, outdoor recreation, and the outdoor shooting sports. We had an internal goal of raising about $50,000. That we always got to put a goal out there. You got to have something to achieve, some type of bar. So $50,000 was our internal goal. Through the volunteers that helped us, through the sponsors, and through the ticket buyers, we were able to raise over $200,000, and we donated that to 49 different youth-based organizations in the state of Kentucky last year. So we were, it blew our mind. It was beyond belief. I can't say thank you enough to the Kentucky Fish and Wildlife Department, to the ticket buyers, and to the sponsors and the volunteers last year, and to our staff that helped put that event on to make that a success. We have that event for the next 2 years, and we're going to rock it out.
There's no doubt, man. It is going. I mean, it's a great time, and if you've not been to Kentucky Gun Company, it's worth the drive. Anything you're looking for, it's like we said at the beginning of the show. Anything you're looking for outdoors, you can find right there. And you got 2 locations. You got one in Louisville, and you got one there in Bardstown. So, centrally located. It's easy. Easy access.
Yeah. So if you are coming to the Elk this year, which we hope everybody does, make sure you come to the Bardstown location, not the Louisville location. We actually had a couple of people show up last year thinking it was at the Louisville location. But, man, my little hometown's cool. It really is. We are technically the bourbon capital of the world. We have a ton of distilleries there. We have a ton of hotel rooms. We have about 5 or 6 different hotels, I believe, which we haven't had. And, that's something new recently. So we have a way to host you and lodge you. Plenty of good restaurants. Just a cool little town, and it's centrally located in the state. We're about half an hour south of Louisville. So we're pretty accessible.
Yep.
For folks that also like to get out and just see nature, you got Bernheim Forest there close by. You've got what is Stephen Foster State Park, Trinity? Is that right?
Yeah.
So there's a couple things if you just like to get outside and enjoy the weather and see nature. You got stuff for everybody. You got bourbon tours, distilleries, restaurants. You got the outdoors things too. So good place to visit that weekend for sure.
Yep. So what all can people expect from this? Well, first of all, you've kind of recapped about last year's event and everything, and what all happened, man. I mean, there was some people, and I know a guy. I may just know a guy, a lucky guy that walked away, with some goodies last year. I know a guy that didn't. And that's okay, because it all goes to a good cause. Yeah. I see you pointing right over there. It's kind of like the Rocky Mountain Elk Foundation banquet we went to. We got this nice table with all these friends and our outdoor family and everything, And the guy that drives the farthest away, he go home with 2 silver coins that he paid for each and an ink pen.
But you had a good time.
But I had a good time. See, it's a cup half full mentality, Patrick. I like how you think.
And that's I think it might have been your $20 that put me in that game where this guy right here won that pistol too.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I do.
And that's kind of our goal this year. That was our goal last year. So even if you came and you didn't walk away with a prize, you still had a good time. Oh. And we've tried to amp that up this year. So our general admission ticket's $30 to get you in the grounds. It gets you into a 50 gun drawing. It gets you into an ATV drawing. The first 2,500 people through the door, it gets you a free Outdoor Edge $25 knife. So you're getting a $25 knife if you're one of the early birds. On top of that, we've kind of got a new, we've added some more music this year. So there's a newer up-and-coming Nashville recording artist named George Burge. You're getting a free country music concert out of the whole deal. I don't think you could get a better value in the state of Kentucky on May 11th for $30.
Yeah, no way. And, the star of the show to me is the 500 names that'll roll across the big screen, man, and that are announced. You got all those giveaways, and not only those 500, but there's going to be some other hunt giveaways as well.
There's going to be some other hunt, but on top of that, so, obviously the star of the show is the official elk unveiling. We've had Benelli. Benelli came to us last year and said we want to do more. We want to be more involved in this. So if you're in the audience this year, meaning you come to the show, we come to the event, and you get drawn for a rifle bull elk tag, you're automatically going to win a free Benelli Lupo rifle to go along with that rifle bull elk tag. It's about a $1,200 to $1,400 rifle. We had, I think, about 5 or 6 people in the audience last year. I would anticipate more this year. That you automatically get, that's free. Doesn't cost you a thing.
Does that go for the loyalty draw too? Now hold up.
So the loyalty draw is afterwards, if I'm correct.
That's right. So if you get drawn and you don't buy your tag,
that's I don't know how that's going to work, but I know if you're there that day and you get drawn and it's a rifle bull tag, Benelli is also going to give you a free rifle.
Wow, man, that is awesome.
Let's say it makes me glad that I've not been drawn yet. I still
let's say you wanted to amp it up a little bit. Let's say you wanted to go a little bit beyond the just admission ticket. We also had another ticket last year called the Big Bull Package, and that's the hunts that you were talking about a second ago. So that's another, I think, 200 or 250. I have to look here, 250-ish firearms. We're giving away a Honda side-by-side 1000 UTV at Honda Pioneer. We're giving away another Honda 420 Rancher. We're giving away another Kentucky Bull elk tag. That's a commissioner's tag. We're also giving away a trophy moose hunt. Last year we did 2 elk bull tags. I could only get 1 this year. So I was like, all right, I'll get another bull tag. It's just going to be a different animal. It's going to be Alaskan moose, a bull moose tag. That's a fully guided hunt. Each one of those hunts just alone, I think the trophy moose is about a $30,000 hunt. And the way we have it set up with the Kentucky Bull elk tag, guide and everything, so it was about a $25,000 tag. So you get that, that big bull package if you're wanting some extra hunt options. That's the way to go. And also, I think we have a Kentucky whitetail commissioner's tag in that bunch too.
I mean, I don't know what else you can do for folks. Now, do you have to be present to win?
You do not have to be present to win on any tickets or any packages that we're giving away today or May 11th.
Yeah.
So firearms. Do you have to be present to win firearms if you're drawn?
No, not at all. Not at all. I mean, we've had people, about half the people were present last year, half the people were not. We shipped them to their local FFL dealer. Some of them came in and picked them up after the fact too, later in that week. But no, if you're not present, if you're out of state, no problem at all. We'll get it to your local FFL dealer where you will facilitate the background check there.
And here's the important thing that I want people to know, Patrick. Tell them once again. I know you've already touched on this. Tell them once again. All these monies, this stuff we're talking about. Tell them the good works that goes to this one more time. We got some folks that have just come on. Tell them the good things that happen from this.
Sure. Most importantly, this is not a GoFundMe for Patrick Hayden or the Kentucky Gun Company. We wanted to host this event. We wanted to develop this organization to help raise money for Kentucky's youth. We focus on Kentucky youth organizations that focus on the outdoor conservation, recreation, and the shooting sports. And be quite honest with you, if you guys are listening, whoever's listening to this podcast today, I had trouble last year giving away $200,000 worth of products or cash or checks or whatever we needed to do. I called a lot of organizations just trying to find homes for this money. Some of the people hung up on me, didn't believe me. I was really wanting to help them out. Some of the people never returned my phone calls. Heck, some of the people never came and picked up their stuff after they, I had a couple different organizations that needed shotgun shells and fishing poles, and they never came and picked it up after I called them and told them it was ready. So if I'm looking for more organizations this year, if you guys, if you have an organization, if you know an organization that's youth-based that can benefit from this, go to our KY Outdoor Fest webpage and, send us an email. We'll put you in the list this year. And when it comes time to dole all this money back out, we'd obviously be more than happy to touch bases with you and hopefully include most of these folks.
Needs to be a youth program. Youth.
Yeah, right? we try. That's kind of our mission statement. We try to focus on the youth. I think we could have the greatest impact at a youth age, getting the kids out there. These obviously most kids don't have full-time jobs as like us adults. I feel as an adult, as most people in this podcast they're probably working men and women. They could probably facilitate and fund their own endeavors. But getting those kids out there, getting them out in the outdoors, not only is it teaching them the value of being outdoors, teaching them the value of hunting and fishing, teaching them the safety of shooting sports like the 4-H shooting sports programs does, the NASP, the archery programs in the school. We're also helping kind of maybe teach the future voters, the youth voters that are someday going to be adult voters, the value and the benefits of everything that we just went over too.
Yeah. Good deal, man. Can you give us a couple of examples of things that this went to from last year? Are there a couple of programs that maybe come to mind?
Yeah, there's all kinds of programs throughout the state, and we just released a video. If you jump on our webpage, there's a couple of videos on there that details kind of some of the programs and some of the different districts. I mean, we tried to donate, or we did donate to every district, Fish and Wildlife district in the state of Kentucky. I think we probably did 5 or 7 different 4-H programs throughout the state of Kentucky. I know we did probably up to 20 different NASP programs through the state of Kentucky. It wasn't too long ago. It was literally just last year that we thought that we were going to have to be the sole funding source in the state of Kentucky, or one of the major funding sources in the state of Kentucky for the archery and the school programs and those types of programs. There was talk that the current administration, White House administration, was going to defund all those programs. That made news there last year, late fall. I don't know if you guys followed that or not. I think that was stopped, but not that the mission is not already important. It was about to be way more important. But there was a couple of boaters organizations that I don't recall all of them off the top of my head. I should have a list here in front of me, but I don't. But it is on our website.
Yeah, good deal. And you can go over to Kentucky Elk and Outdoor Fest. What's that website?
kyoutdoorfest.com.
Yeah, so everybody make sure to go over and check it out. We've got the flyer posted already on our Facebook page, but right here is kind of the advertisement. It doesn't have the website on there, but all you got to do, if you can't remember it, just Google search Kentucky Outdoor Fest or Kentucky Elk Fest, and it's right there. So make sure you get on there and check it out. And I hope the majority of people will plan on being there that day. It's a good atmosphere.
The youth organizations that were the recipients of the monies, is that something that Patrick Hayden and his people sat down and said, okay, here's these organizations, let's try to help them? Or did they need to come on your website or give you a call and do an application to request, this funding?
Yeah, there was no official application last year. What I first started off doing, I contacted the commissioners in each district of the fish. I think there's 9 different districts in the Fish and Wildlife Department. I personally reached out to each one of those guys and started asking for suggestions. I called other people such as Trinity in different parts of the county or different parts of the state that I wasn't familiar with, and asked for organizations, asked for recommendations. Eventually we kind of exhausted all those avenues, and then we just started jumping on the NASP program, calling to the different schools throughout the state. A guy that works for us, he's our chief range safety officer in our indoor range in Bardstown. He is president of 4-H shooting sports in the state of Kentucky. So he was an easy source to steer me in the many different directions of the 4-H shooting sports. But this year, it's probably a good idea. I'll make sure we have a link here in the next week or so where they could jump on the web page and give us the pertinent information. So give me a week or so. We'll have the programmers knock that out and make some type of little informal application. We've had some really small organizations before ask for some donations. We look at what's we're going to get the biggest bang for our buck. We averaged, I think, about $4,000 per organization last year. And, it's kind of hard to give $4,000 or $5,000 to an organization that only has 1 or 2 kids. maybe that's, trying to fund a bass boat for their bass team, when I could give $4,000 or $5,000 to a group of 20 or 40 kids that's doing archery in the school. Again, we're looking for the biggest bang for the buck that's going to make the greatest impact among Kentucky's youth. Other than that, right now, we really don't have a whole lot of criteria.
Yeah. Thank you. Now, will ticket sales be cut off anytime soon? Can people, when can people, how long do they have?
Yeah, usually we go to about that Thursday before. As far as the Big Bull raffle, and we do have some other raffles that I'll talk about here in a minute, but as far as like the Big Bull raffle, which is, the one that was most popular out of the state, once it gets to 5,000 ticket sales, then we go ahead and we start adding more and more prizes to make, a decent chance of winning. As far as the attendance package, we anticipate we're probably going to have 7,500 people if the weather holds and the Lord's willing this year. We will probably start looking at it past 7,500 and maybe start looking at somewhere there's going to be a threshold we'll have to cut off just from a safety reasoning wise, and making sure also we have enough infrastructure to hold, 8 to 10,000 people. We probably don't have enough infrastructure to hold more than 10,000, I would think. So, I would say once we get to 10,000, we're easily done just from basic needs, making sure we have enough food vendors, which we've doubled this year, making sure we have enough porta potties, parking, ambulance services, all the other stuff that goes into this thing that a lot of people don't think about.
Yep. And right here we go. Right here we go, folks. Kentucky Outdoor Fest just posted it for us. Right there's the website. Get on there. That's if you go to KentuckyOutdoorFest.com, that's going to have all the information. You got tickets behind it right there. That's where you can go and see all those tickets for all those prizes and all the drawings.
We have 2 new tickets this year. So we decided, hey, if we're trying to raise more money, we need to give the guys more opportunities to enter, more tickets, more raffles. Smith & Wesson has stepped up, or not stepped up, they volunteered and said, hey, man, we want to be more part of this organization, this event. So not only have they done a title sponsor this year, they've also donated a really cool set. It's their new lever action rifle they just came out with. They completely customized this one, engraved it, high-grade wood, gold inlay. They teamed it up with a .44 revolver, also completely gold, or a gold engraving, high gloss blue on it, nice wood grips. The glass enclosed the case on it that holds both of them. There's only 100 of these sets. You can't buy this set if you wanted to. They are not for sale. Being one of the biggest Smith & Wesson dealers in the United States, I cannot buy one. They're only giving them away to charitable organizations. That ticket's, I think, $25 or $20. The first one just got raffled off or auctioned off on Gunbroker for $32,000. And this will be the third one that's made to the public. So that's a cool ticket. And then also Bardstown is the bourbon capital of the world. I went to a couple of distilleries there about 6 months ago, and just to see what their interest level was in participation and helping us raise more funds, again, for our mission statement for Kentucky's youth. And we had 5 distilleries that just almost literally jumped through the hoops and said, what can we do to help you? So we have a bourbon raffle this year. A lot of the people have seen bourbon raffles before, maybe, 5 or 7 different bottles here, 5 or 7 different hard to find bottles here. We're not doing bottles. For a $25 ticket, you get your chance at entering one of 5 barrels of bourbon. We're not giving away bottles of bourbon. We're giving away barrels of bourbon. There's going to be 5 unique winners for 5 different barrels. They'll get to go to the distillery. They'll get to taste test 5 or 6 different barrels of bourbon. They'll get to do that with the master distiller, get a VIP experience. Some of these distilleries have even thrown in dinner and high-end chef meals and everything with it. Cool thing about it is you get to do it with a group of 8 to 10 friends, depending on which distillery it is. But you get to take 8 to 10 friends, pick you out the barrel. They're going to bottle it for you, and you're going to get all 175 to 200-ish bottles of bourbon, however much that barrel makes. Every barrel is a little different based on aging and evaporation and so forth. But 5 barrels of bourbon, and you get a chance at it for $25, which I don't think that's ever been done. I haven't seen a raffle like that before. But each barrel of bourbon, if you had to go pay for that experience, we were told that they're anywhere from $10,000 to $15,000 for that experience per barrel.
That's a lot of bourbon.
That's a lot of bourbon. And man, our local distilleries, I can't tell you how many they really stepped up. They really volunteered and said, "Hey, we want to help you," and they did.
Yeah.
Wow.
So just in recap, you got the general admission ticket that's going to get you in for how much?
$30.
Yep, $30 going to get you in for how many guns? 50?
50 gun giveaway, an ATV giveaway, and also get you in obviously in the grounds for the concert too as well. And if you're one of the first 2,500, you get a free outdoor edge fixed blade knife that's I believe it has a gut hook on it. It's a $25 value. So really, if you get for $30, you get a $25 knife, and the rest of the $5 you count it towards all the other good stuff that we're doing.
Yep. You've got the big bull ticket.
$100. It's 250 guns, a Honda side by side, a Honda 4-wheeler, Kentucky elk tag, commissioner's tag with guide, Alaskan trophy moose hunt, guide, airfare, plus another $3,000 in expenses, completely paid for. I mean, literally all you got to do is just get yourself to the airport. Everything else is taken care of. And then I think there's a whole host of other options that's given away. I think we have a Quiet Cat bicycle, electric bike, hunting bike that's going to be given away. We have a Kentucky whitetail commissioner's tag on that one as well. And by the time this thing's all said and done, who knows what else is going to be on that tag. But again, $100 for that tag. And again, you don't have to be present for any of these tags.
Yeah. You got the bourbon. You got the bourbon ticket.
Yeah, we call it the bourbon unobtainium because it's pretty much 5 unobtainable bourbon barrels. I believe it's a $25 ticket off the top of my head, 20 or 25. And that gets you the chance at one of 5 bourbon barrels, the VIP experience, the whole bottling experience, and all whatever bourbon is produced in that particular barrel that you select.
And you got the Smith & Wesson ticket.
Smith & Wesson ticket, $20 ticket that gets you a chance of one of 100 limited edition 1854 and model 29 sets. That's pretty much unobtainable too. You cannot buy one of those if you wanted to.
Yeah. And where's all this going on?
This is all going on in Bardstown, Kentucky at the KY Gunco facility, May the 11th. It's a rain or shine event. Obviously, we're praying for as much shine as we can get. But May the 11th, Bardstown, Kentucky. I believe doors are going to open about 8 or 9 o'clock. It'll be posted on the website. And last time we got it all done, I think we were all done and pretty much wrapped up by 4 or 5. The finale of the event is when we read all 594-ish names. That's going to be the lucky recipients of the Kentucky lottery or the Kentucky draw winners.
Yep. There you go, man. Wow.
We've made some improvements this year. So if it came last year, we have 3 different music acts. We've doubled our food vendors. We doubled our drink vendors. A lot of the distilleries are participating this year. We have another brewery or 2 there. We've added another 30 high quality vendors. So, I don't want to call them flea market vendors, but we definitely kind of stayed away from that field. I mean, we have a lot of the big names in the industry that are coming this year that didn't come last year. Once we showed them the YouTube videos, what we did last year, they jumped up. But, high quality outdoor manufacturers and vendors. I think we've added about 30 to 40 of those, which is almost double what we were last year.
And there'll be a lot of outfitters there from elk country. So, there are going to be a lot of people. I know a lot of folks that had hunted with us, that had, was hoping to hunt with us. I mean, we've, came by. I mean, people, we've been doing this for a long time and 19 years now. So we got to see people for, forever ago that was there, and people hoping, that they'll get drawn. So they go. So, if you got questions, if you're looking to talk to somebody firsthand, I mean, there'll be a lot of elk outfitters there. And we'll have a tent there. We want everybody to come by and talk to us, and we'll roll out the red carpet for you.
And the benefit of having you guys there is if you do get drawn, you have the first options to go talk to you guys before the rest of the world or the rest of the United States finds out that they have won these lottery tags or these draw tags, because these draw tags will not be published for a week up until a week afterwards. So, I know a lot of times Trinity, like you guys and some other outfitters, you guys get booked in the first week once those things get published. Some of you guys get booked in the first day. This is a pretty good way to have access to all the outfitters before anybody even knows they won.
Yep. Man, that's right, man. And we we love to talk to hunters. We try to help everybody out that all that we can, and there's a lot of questions, from a lot of folks. I don't want to say it's intimidating, but if you don't know where to start, we try to stay up on everything. If you don't know where to start, or you get a tag, whatever, we'll help. We want everybody to be successful. We want everybody to have a good hunt. We don't care who you go with. Of course, we want you to go with us, but we want everybody to have a good time and enjoy, what the great Commonwealth has rolled out for us.
I got a question for you since we're kind of on that topic. I'm hearing more and more individuals that have got drawn and were in the past year to 3 years going down there trying to do the public land, trying to do it on their own. It seems like a lot of these elk have kind of migrated to private lands, which is where you guys have your insights and have your leases. But I'm not hearing the success rates that I heard 10 years ago on the public grounds. It seems like it's much more on the private grounds. Am I reading too much into this, or?
No, you are exactly right. The harvest percentage, no matter how you look at numbers, are numbers, and the harvest percentages are down. We can sit here and we can have 10 shows on where we think the elk herd is, what's led to this, all that, whatever. But the facts is that, the harvest numbers are down, and, Fish and Wildlife attribute that to various reasons. I will say, I don't think it's just one or two things. You can't just say, yes, this is the elephant in the room that's caused that. But I will say this, and I like to focus on the positive as much as I can. Kentucky Park Fish and Wildlife has noticed this. They put a lot of effort and time and concern into this. There were so many pains and stakes taken to get these animals here. We're seeing prescribed burns. That's something that we've not seen in decades. And we're seeing this on a bigger scale. With the decline of coal mining in Eastern Kentucky, it really served a lot of different purposes. But the two main purposes that we seen from a biological standpoint, one was these animals always had a smorgasbord of food and habitat with all the reclamation that was going on. So there was always new growth. There was always new areas for elk to be able to have young tender grays. They could just move around. The other thing was protection. They had more protection as lands were shut down. They were more restricted, and therefore that kind of seeded a lot of other areas. So, and with the decline of coal mining and reclamation and stripping, or whatever you want to call it, now you got all these invasives like autumn olive and things that have taken over. You got autumn olive thickets, and it, for every autumn olive thicket that comes along, it cuts down on the habitat, it cuts down on the food source. Fish and Wildlife has focused real hard on autumn olive eradication and prescribed burning. We're members of the Kentucky Elk Guide Association, and we were able to provide a lot of equipment through the sale of a commissioner's tag. We were able to help fund some of that with the equipment. So the numbers are down. A lot more. I shouldn't say a lot more, but on private grounds, they're more restricted. It's quieter, not as much pressure. So, a lot of times on some of them, more pains are taken into habitat management. But I am glad to see what Kentucky Park Fish and Wildlife is doing with the public grounds and with these steps that we're talking about. So yes, it's down. Is it possible? Everybody looks at us as outfitters and say, oh, you want everybody to go with you. You're money hungry. You're this, you're that. It's all the stereotypes. That's not true. And when somebody asks me, well, should I hire an outfitter or should I do it myself? Well, that depends. That's a hard question to answer. But if you got time to come down and scout, as I say, kick a bunch of rocks over and look under them and get some lands and whatever else, and you're dedicated to it, then a do-it-yourself hunt may be for you. But if you don't have that and you're a weekend warrior or whatever, a reputable, quality, reference-given outfitter is the way to go.
I would agree with you.
I don't know if that answered your question or not, but we've seen improvements with the tag allotments being lowered, and we're hoping, fingers crossed, that improves. Yeah, Matt.
Yes.
Did I miss anything?
Well, there's a lot of parts to that puzzle. And
I could have just opened up a can of worms there. I apologize.
Yeah,
if I did.
No, you didn't. No, that's a great question. I'm glad you asked.
Probably a lot more parts than we have time to talk about, or really, there again, like you said, we could spend days and shows and hours and upon hours talking about different things. And the fact is that Fish and Wildlife has recognized some of the issues, and it's a work in progress. The company that I work for, when we bring up issues or questions and things that we'd like to see changed within the organization, we relate it to, you can't turn the Titanic around in a canal. We've been going down this road so long, and all these negatives have started happening to the elk herd and elk herd and elk herd. You can't just flip that all around and eradicate all those problems in 1 year. You just can't do it. And even if you could, you would still have to give it time for those animals to populate. So this is not something that's going to turn around overnight, but the efforts are being made, and the problems are starting to be addressed, and it's just going to take time.
Yeah. Great question, Patrick. Appreciate that, man.
Sure.
Yep. What have we missed, Patrick? Have we missed anything? Are there anything we need to cover? Anything that you'd like to cover that maybe we've not talked about yet?
No, I just hope if you're available May 11th, we would love to see you in Bardstown, Kentucky for the second annual Elk and Outdoor Fest. Great event, going to be fun. Lots of prizes to give away. Goes to a good cause. It's a beautiful time of the year. Kentucky, Bardstown, Kentucky, our little hometown, man. If you haven't been there before, if you have an extra night, maybe come in that Friday, tour around the town, come see us Saturday, and then there's plenty to do Saturday evening and Sunday day in our little town. It's we're about a day's drive from 2/3 of the population of the United States. We're centrally located, pretty accessible right here off the Bluegrass Parkway. And we appreciate your guys' support too. You guys had us on your podcast for the past 2 years. Just the exposure you guys give us. You're a true partner, giving us some airtime, and that's greatly appreciated, and should definitely be noticed and be we appreciate it. We can't say enough, because without guys like you having us on the podcast, we wouldn't be able to reach everybody.
Well, man, we want to say thank you to you for all the good stuff that you all have done, for the Commonwealth, and your reach goes much farther than that. We're just proud to know you, proud to be part of this. Big thank you to, Kentucky Department of Fish and Wildlife for all of this. I mean, we can sit around, we can dissect things, and we can put the pros and the cons and whatever, but at the end of the day, the resource and the men and women that made that happen and that protect that's why we're here talking about this tonight. And then folks like yourself and many, many others that, further that into the future and push that to the nth degree. I mean, we're very fortunate to be part of it. And thank you for all that you do. And thank you to Kentucky Gun Company.
Well, if there's something, you asked me if there was something I forgot, and if there was, if you've ever been a customer of KY Gun Co. and you support us now, supported us in the past, I want to say thank you, because without the support from our local community, from the state of Kentucky and beyond now, through the internet, without that support, without that revenue, we would not be in a position to host such an event, to get that kicked off. Last year, before the doors even opened, we had $150,000 in cost. Out of our own pocket before we even opened the doors, or even sold the first ticket for the Outdoor Fest. It takes a little bit of funds in the bank to do that, and you can't do that without sales. I cannot do that without support from guys like you that's supported us in the past, customers that are listening to this now. We truly try to give back to our customers in some way, form, or fashion. And this is one of the events that allows us to do that. And again, we're a vehicle for this, but we would not be in position if it wasn't for our past 22 years of customer support. So without a doubt, we thank our customers, our clients. We couldn't do it without you. Just plain and simple.
Well said. Thank you.
And just throw that number out one more time. Over $200,000 donated to youth organizations in the outdoors across the state of Kentucky. And folks, none of that's going back in Patrick's pocket. None of that's going back in KY Gun Company's bank account. That's all being donated to youth programs across the state, which means it's very, very possible that you could enjoy yourself for a Saturday and your kids and grandkids could benefit from it just based on you going out there and having fun. So support them.
Yep.
Appreciate it.
Absolutely. Right here it is one more time, folks. The Kentucky Elk and Outdoor Festival, Kentucky's official elk draw, May the 11th, Saturday, 2024. Right there, 401 Glenwood Drive in Bardstown, Kentucky. If you don't know where that's at, that is the Kentucky Gun Company. Google search it. Get on there and type it in your GPS. It's going to tell you how to get there. 200+ gun giveaway, elk and moose hunt giveaways, Honda side-by-side ATV giveaways, live music, food and drink trucks, vendor village, archery range, a lot of experts in the realm of outdoors. I'm telling you, you need to get on down there to Bardstown. Right here is the and whoever put that up there from your staff, thank you. Right here is the website, KentuckyOutdoorFest.com. It says tickets there on the end. This is where you get those 4 tickets we talked about: general admission, big bull draw, the bourbon ticket, and also that Smith & Wesson one of a kind. Cannot get, if Patrick Hayden can't get it, I don't know what you're going to do. You better buy a ticket and get in on that. You better believe I'm going to. Right there, KentuckyOutdoorFest.com. Get in on those tickets. All that money, everything you buy, if you don't win the first thing, take it from me, not Matt. Lucky dog sitting right over there. All that money.
Just living right. That's all there is.
Goes to a great cause. Goes to those youth programs. What you got in closing, Matt?
I'd just like Patrick to know that I'm a big fan of Kimber sidearms. I like that. And so when they're up there drawing the names, maybe a little Kimber 45 ACP, whatever. I'm not picky, but just remember. But
I will do my best, but I don't personally draw out the tickets.
Whatever you do, just if TLC family members get drawn out, make sure it's anybody but Trinity. That's my only request.
Thanks.
I'll do my best.
Just know Alaska is my dream trip, Patrick. Matt shoots down here, I shoot up here, and then we get in the middle,
And I'm telling you what, that Alaska moose hunt, I don't think I gave it enough press, but that is one heck of a hunt. It's on the Kenai Peninsula. It's with Fletcher's Guide Service. I've hunted with Fletcher's Guide Service now for almost 15 years. And this guy knows his stuff, man. He's got a phenomenal spot. You got a really reasonable chance of getting a 60-inch moose, 55 to 60-inch moose at this hunt. Everything's covered. We covered your airfare on that hunt. We covered a tip guide, the tip money for the guide on that hunt. All you got to do is just get yourself to the airport for that hunt if you win it, and go enjoy a once in a lifetime Alaska moose hunt, which is some of the biggest moose in the world.
Yeah, my man Cole right there, man. Let me tell you something. That guy right there is awesome. He's a great guy. Our number one fan right here, my mama says, "Thank you, sir, for your support of our youth. They are tomorrow's future." Tim Fannin says, "Thanks, Patrick." I agree.
Thank you.
Yeah, man. Got a couple more things before we leave, folks. We have, one of our favorite things is getting to team up with good folks, just like Patrick here, Kentucky Gun Company. All of our local support, all of our local folks here in Eastern Kentucky and throughout the state, and we've been able to team up with some folks. I want to pop up their social media here. I want you to go over and give them a follow. We've been talking to them. Matt knows knows one of them personally. And then also I was able to win a prize pack from this other one. Been talking to these folks, and it's just, the common denominator, the great outdoors, protecting resources, youth, all that. And that's what I love most about the outdoors and about hunting and fishing and all that outdoor adventure. You can take a group of strangers, put them in the same room, and because of this passion for the great outdoors, it's everybody already knows something about the other person because we sharing those stories and those memories where even though we've never met each other. But here's some folks I want y'all to go over and give a follow. The Bicknell Bunch right here. Go over and give them a follow. The Bicknell Bunch is about faith, family, farming, and the outdoors, and they're putting out some good stuff, doing some giveaways. Go over to their Facebook page, give them a like. Heck, even subscribe to them, and you're going to get some great content, some great family fun, and a lot of good information on there about the outdoors. This is the Bicknell Bunch Outdoors. Be sure to check them out right there. And also check out Trapline Beard Oil LLC. Go over and give them a like too. They're just really getting started on the whole social media deal and whatever else. Great products and just love for the outdoors, passion for the outdoors. We appreciate them very much. Trapline Beard Oil and the Bicknell Bunch, man. Go over and give them a follow. We are proud to be in the same presence of them and thankful for their support. Thank you all very much.
If you're out there and you just follow TLC just to support the people and you're not that person that gets out and hunts every season, you're not that person that gets out and traps, for 3 months a year or whatever the case is. I said that for my wife because she loves it when I say whatever the case is. But the Bicknell Bunch, there's something that they're doing that all of us can benefit from, and that's spiritual motivation just about daily, if not daily. So get over there, wake up in the morning, see what Jay and his crew's got to say, whether it's a quote or a Bible verse or whatever it is. But spiritual motivation, if you can't find anything, we can all benefit from that every day. So just a little, we'll throw it in there. Like, let me get my little thing to pop up.
There you go. Yeah.
So,
and Brian, and don't forget Brian and Trapline Beard Oil, man. You had that shirt on the other day. You had that shirt on about trapping the other day. Yep. Get over and give Brian and the Trapline Beard Oil a follow. We appreciate them very much. And also, if you're not following Kentucky Gun Company, you're missing out. You talk about giveaways. You talk about giving back. You need to be following Kentucky Gun Company on Facebook and all the social media stuff. So we appreciate everybody. Bicknell Bunch says thanks. And you guys need beard oil bad. 18.
I need a beard. I mean, I might as well be clean shaven these days. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah. Bicknell Bunch says, I'm at dinner with family, so having to read captions. My daughter, who passed on the state Bible drills tonight. Way to go. Congratulations. Trapline Beard Balm is awesome. Use it daily. Good stuff.
And that man's got a beard. Let me tell you something. You remember when I had a beard, right? Yeah. And I never should have shaved it. Jay has got himself a beautiful beard. I mean, it's all there is to it. Just got the right amount of salt and pepper in there. That's a beautiful beard, Jay. A beautiful beard.
Patrick, what you got in closing, my friend?
Man, I just appreciate you guys having us on, and we hope to see everybody May 11th at KY Gun Co. facility in Bardstown, Kentucky. Good time and a good cause.
Absolutely. There you go, folks. We appreciate everybody tuning in. Hope everybody has a great week. If you're not got a chance, get out there and chase some turkeys. We've got what? This is day, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. We're day 4 into a 23-day season, I think. So been some awesome hunting action already. Got a cool down coming next week. I don't know how that's going to affect them, but the turkey hunting right now is hot. So if you get a chance, take your youth, take somebody new, introduce them to the woods, get them out there turkey hunting. And I hope everybody enjoys. Remember, if you want to know the creator, look at the creation. And springtime right now is my favorite time. Everything coming back to life, the sights, the sounds, the smells. Get out there and enjoy it, folks. And we hope you all have a blessed week. We'll see you right here next week on Air and Outdoors with TLC Outfitters. Have a good one.
Eastern Kentucky, where I was raised, where the wildlife and mountains call my name. I was born to hunt, I was born to guide, a camouflage on a rifle by my side. Just good old country boys chasing dreams in the Appalachian Mountains, a field of trees. From those